Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Your Delaware, a Delaware-focused weekly show. I'm Jen, your Delaware Realtor. I'm a local real estate agent, so whether you're looking to buy or sell in the whole state of Delaware, keep in mind we are a very small state. So I cover the entire state. So whether you're looking to buy or sell in Delaware, I would absolutely love the opportunity to help you. All right, so I have a great show for you today. I have a little bit of local news, a little bit of what's happening in Delaware, some new businesses that are coming. Very excited about that. And also, I have, instead of a local business spotlight, I have a local spotlight. And you'll see that at the end. All right, so let's get right into it. Guys, it has not rained. It has not rained in forever. I literally do not remember the last time that it rained, which blows my mind. I know I talked about this last week, but I can remember vividly saying in March, I can't believe I moved to Washington State. And now here we are in a drought. The governor has literally determined that we are in a statewide drought watch. As of the Friday the 25th, there is a statewide drought watch after receiving guidance from the Delaware Water Supply Coordinating Council. It says Delawareans are being asked to voluntarily reduce outdoor uses of water during the drought watch. So this means watering your grass, watering your plants, probably doing what I'm doing, which is my ducks, I fill their ponds or their pools every day. And I've tried to, do every other day, but they're ducks, right? And my pond has no water in it whatsoever. The ditches have no water. I have to give them some kind of water. They need to be able to clean themselves and stuff like that. So so basically what this means is they're asking people to just basically try to reduce their water usage, even if you have a well, which is crazy. I cannot believe we're in this. But apparently, from another thing I just saw, it says if it does not rain by Friday, I think they're saying that this might be, what was it? If it does not rain by Friday, it's going to be a record essentially. For Delaware, which, this is the first, it actually says it right here. For the first time, the first state will have a dry October, and we're about to make history. Oh, that makes sense because Friday is Friday's November 1st. So essentially, if it does not rain by Friday, we have not had any rain in the whole month of October. What? It says, Delaware has not had any measurable rain during October. There was a trace in Georgetown on October 24th, but nothing measurable. For those that are getting married right now, and for me personally, which I know this is just I guess it's a selfish thing. Nora's birthday was October 5th, and we had it outside, right? And I was praying to the rain gods, please do not rain. Please do not rain. Do not be cold. Because I really wanted to have her birthday outside, which was obviously a very selfish thing, and then it didn't rain, but then it also didn't rain the whole month of October. So if those of you that are getting married, you're having the best weather, although it is definitely warm still for October, which, I feel like it's been like that for the past couple of years. So if you are thinking about moving to Delaware, just know that our falls, I wouldn't even call it fall, doesn't really start, I think, until November. And even in November, it gets down in the 60s. Sometimes we hit the 50s, sometimes. But it really doesn't get cold for, at least for what I think, until December. And then honestly, January, February is kind of where you're in the dead of winter. Which, sometimes it's oh gosh, I just want to get through this, at least for me. But I also don't like to be hot. But this is really crazy. So essentially, there is still a burn ban. We have, I don't want to say brush fires galore, but just the other day, I will put up a picture. Just the other day, I live in a split level. I've mentioned this multiple times. So I live in a split level. I came up from doing laundry. I look outside and I'm oh my God. And I just look out back, and so I live on 2 acres I think I've mentioned that also. The back acre has my chickens. Behind us is a farmer. So he is a farm. And he farms the land and everything else. And then behind, like, I have like woods essentially like behind me. I see this huge cloud of smoke. Actually, Mike went up with the drone just to see it. And I'm like, oh no, like something's definitely on fire. Like this is not like, oh, I just see smoke. This is like, oh, there's something 100% on fire, which is super scary, right? Like, I've seen, like, I've never been up close to a forest fire, right? And I've never seen it in person, but my initial thought is, oh my gosh, the woods are on fire. Like it's 100%. And then I have family in the area. So I'm texting people. I'm like, hey, is everything okay? Is everyone okay? Oh, it's west to us. It's this, it's that. So yeah, essentially, there was a huge brush fire in Smyrna that could be like, you could see the smoke from Middletown, which, I mean, I know that, for those that aren't from around here, like that doesn't sound like, oh, it's like Smyrna is like almost like right next to Middletown. It's not. I mean, it is, but it isn't. And like the fact that they could see it, and then people on Route 1, and everyone's on the Facebook groups like, what's on fire? This is that. I'm trying to figure out what's on fire. And it was a huge brush fire. And essentially what we're finding is that the farmers they're farming their fields, and because it is so dry, just the heat coming off of the machinery essentially is catching things on fire, and we're having field fires or brush fires right near Frightland right now. We have I guess it was hay. I actually wasn't in town the night that I guess that caught on fire. But we came home kind of late that night, and right near the St. George's Bridge, we're like, something's on fire. And then come to find out, like, I guess like all this hay had caught on fire, and they got it under control. But essentially, I mean, it just, smolters or whatever that word is. But yeah, it just like, it was just like smoke everywhere essentially. It smells like something is burning essentially. But the Clayton, I don't even know how many companies were called for the fire the other day, but they were able to get it under control. But then I heard there was one in like Milton, and then there was another one in Townsend, and yeah, essentially what's happening is that like the machinery is just so hot and it is so dry in Delaware, which is why we have a burn ban. So just keep that in mind. I know that I'm going to butcher this, but I know one of the holidays that it's coming up, apparently it's normally like they set off like fireworks and stuff like that. So the governor has said like, hey, we don't want that to happen. Like no fireworks, no kind of any like bonfires. Until we get some rain. So, and I just like looked at the extended forecast just like right now, and I don't see any rain. So I really do think we're about to make history. And we're not going to see rain for October and maybe part of November. Oh wait. It says there is a 30% chance of rain on Thursday night. However, it is not expected to fall until 2 a.m., which would make it Friday. So that means there's a 30% chance of rain on Friday until 2 p.m. But I really don't think, I like 30% chance of rain in Delaware. I'm going to be honest, like the way that our weather patterns are, I don't see that happening. So yeah, crazy. It says Delaware hasn't had an October without rain. That's crazy. All right. So moving on. But like I said, do not burn anything. Do not cause a forest fire. I'm sure, has anyone seen that? It's like Smokey the Bear. It's like right outside of Smyrna rest stop area. And like, I used to love it when we were younger and we would go by and I'd be like, oh, did the sign change? Like little things like that, like made me happy. Which, I didn't know what that meant when I was younger. I'm sure it says hi now. I haven't been down that way, but I'm 100% positive it most likely says hi right now. It usually says low because Delaware is usually a little bit of wet, All right, moving on. Milford the golf club is getting a Top Golf-like experience to open soon at Southern Delaware Golf Club. So it says a premier golf club in Milford is adding a technological experience that has swept the golfing community in recent years and will increase access to the sport. The Southern Delaware Golf Club, located off Rehoboth Boulevard, is adding its version of Top Golf. Now, it is not affiliated with actual Topgolf, so keep that in mind. It says that has been the easiest way to describe it to people. You can rent a bay. We're going to have a launch monitor and a TV that you can see your ball, play games, and then behind you is going to be a seating area with tables, chairs, bar stools, TVs for you to watch the games. Well, that's fun. It says that the construction will begin in June. I have never been to a Topgolf. I'm going to be honest. I'm not really a golfer. I don't even really know what the experience is. I have passed them a couple times on the way to Georgia, but I really don't know what to expect. But I think this would be something really cool to check out. If you are into Topgolf, just know it is coming to Delaware. I did think that finally, I mean, honestly, we could use a little bit of entertainment besides just like restaurants. And I mean, we have mini golf and stuff like that, but like this would be really, really cool. So I'm not sure. It doesn't say when it would be done. Hold on. Let's see if it's at the end, if it says it. Oh, it does say it would be year round too, which is really nice. Okay. The golf club will also be launching a winter league. Oh. So it does say leagues include a 9-hole shotgun available to the first 80 golfers to register. A shotgun in golf is a tournament format where players tee off simultaneously from different holes. Oh, I didn't know that. See, you learn something new every day. It says Fisher says there's a DoorDash style system where patrons can hang by the dining table, scan QR codes, and get food delivered from Big Oyster Brewery. Oh, he said it's almost like a bowling alley atmosphere, but for golf. That's really cool. I think that's going to be awesome. We have Lefties down there in Rehoboth, which is golf, bowling. In Middletown, we have like laser tag and stuff like that. So I really do feel like they are bringing things to the first date for kids to do as well as adults, essentially. For example, I really liked Pfeiffer's. I thought it was like for adults too. Now, granted, Nora had a ball, right? But I got to go down the slide and stuff like that. And like, you got to go through the gourmets and like all these different things. So yeah, I think that like they really are trying to bring experiences to Delaware. So speaking of new businesses. All right. So we talked about this in previous episodes. Friendly's basically closed in Middletown and Dover. Now the one in the Friendly's building in Middletown is going to be a surf bagel. They just announced what the Friendly's in Dover, right off of 13, right across the street from like Olive Garden and like Red Lobster, Kohl's, like that area, is going to be Delaware's first Dave's Hot Chicken. I've never been to Dave's Hot Chicken. Apparently it's from, it says OKC. Is that Oklahoma? Yeah. Oklahoma. Okay. So it says it will open in 2025. In just 7 years, Dave's Hot Chicken has opened 216 restaurants in 31 states and Washington, D.C., with 13 more in other countries. Oh, wow. Wow. That, like, it looks like it's going to be really cool. I mean, anything is better, honestly, than what that Friendly's building looks like right now. Because it is definitely an eyesore. So, yeah. I'm kind of glad that we are getting something else in that building. It just looks a little rough. So it doesn't say, it just says 2025. I really do think that's going to add something to Dover. It says the menu features hand-breaded chicken tenders and sliders offered at 7 spice levels, ranging from no spice to Reaper. Oh, geez. Which requires customers to sign a waiver to order. Side dishes include house-made kale slaw, macaroni and cheese, and crispy seasoned French fries. Okay, so it's kind of like, I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. It's kind of like a Red Robin, but also like a Buffalo Wild Wings, right? Because I'm thinking Buffalo Wild Wings, at least when I worked there, you had this I think it was like called 911 sauce or something like that. And you had to like sign a waiver if you were going to eat it. and then you had like a challenge. I never, or it was ghost pepper or something. I don't do those things honestly because no, I can't do that. I can't do that. It would tear up my stomach. It would tear up my stomach so bad. But at least we know what is coming to that building, and I'm glad. Like I said, oh look, this is what it's gonna look like. Ooh, definitely going to stick out. But I do think it's gonna bring something to that part of Dover. Okay, great. All right, so moving on. All right, so I do want to let you in on a little secret. I didn't really want to say this because selfishly I want to win. All right, so Delaware DMV is having their Tag Palooza. Registration has already started. It started October 28th. You go on the Delaware DMV website and you can register. It's one registration per person. So if you are a couple, you could do both of you. And it is a tag palooza, which means they are basically giving away low digit tags. And if you have a low digit tag, you can trade that in for a black tag. Now, I have not mentioned this. I want a black tag so bad, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to spend like $100,000 on a license plate. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it. So what I've been told, okay, so let me back up. So in Delaware, you own your tag, right? So you own your license plate, which means that I've seen people that have low digit license plates that literally these license plates are in their will. They will hand them down so they stay in the family. And if you have a low digit, it's been said that if you have a low digit, that's how you know like the person either has money or like they've essentially it's been left to them, or like they're like a doctor or something like that. Like that's the rumor. I don't know if that's actually true, but I do know that low digit tags, I think one sold for $450,000, which I'm not spending that. I'm not spending that on a license plate, but I would love to have a black tag. So what they've been doing is, I think it's for the past 3 years they've done this. So they have a tag palooza. Essentially, like I said, you go on the Delaware DMV website, you register, and then they pick. So registration ends, I think, November 3rd. So it's the 28th to November 3rd. And then they start picking numbers November 12th. And I think there are 4 in-person raffles. Most of them are online, but 4 in-person raffles. And I think it's 12 days. So it's like the 12 days of Christmas essentially, but they do the 12 days of like these tags. And they pull all of these numbers randomly. And if essentially your number gets pulled, you get this like low digit tag, which then could be traded in for a black tag. I missed it last year, I want to say, just because Nora had just gotten home, and I just did not see it. And like, I'm kind of bummed I missed it. I played 2 years ago. Unfortunately did not get one, as you can tell, because I'm very upset that I don't have one. So, essentially you can go on there, and that is, that's what we're signing up. I'm going to do that right after I get done this. I am going to sign up for this Tag Palooza, and I'm hoping, that I win. If you win and you do not want your low digit tag, 100% take it off your hands, so that I can get a black tag. And I'm definitely getting a black tag before my husband. He thinks he's getting one before me, but I need a black tag. Please, someone has one, please. I wasn't going to tell anyone because I'm afraid that more people entering will give me less of a chance, but I'm not going to gatekeep it. I'm going to tell you about it. So just go on the website and register if you are interested about getting a black tag. So as we get closer to Halloween, I hear this question a lot. What the heck happened to Pumpkin Chunkin'? So if you are not familiar, Pumpkin Chunkin' used to happen in Sussex County. And it was like a tournament. I believe it was like a TV show as well. It was like, advertised. It would bring in an insane amount of people. But back in, I want to say it was 2016, Pumpkin Chunkin', had an accident, and a woman unfortunately became paralyzed from an explosion. So then in 2017, we started to hear things like, okay, pumpkin chunkin's not happening this year. And then yeah, there was like pending lawsuits. So they decided not to have it. Then they couldn't get insurance. And then it just became like every year it'd be like, oh, is pumpkin chunkin coming this year? And then last second it'd be like, no, pumpkin chunkin's not happening. Or they would have something else, which like they couldn't really call pumpkin chunkin, but they would like try and do other things to kind of mimic the competition or tournament. And then they moved pumpkin chunkin to State College, Pennsylvania. And the reason is because like with the insurance information, like the insurance thing, the pending lawsuits, and the amount of space that is needed. So apparently they need an insane amount of acreage for this competition. And since then, it is now in Oklahoma. So it came back, but not to Delaware. It went to, like I said, State College, and now it is in Oklahoma from what I'm seeing. And there is a whole, like website and everything. Like I didn't realize that it's like legit. So yeah, apparently it's a no world championship event scheduled for 2024. It says they are coming back. The Pumpkin Chunkin 2,900 feet. So if you are interested in it, it looks like you have to go to Oklahoma. It does not look like it is coming back to Delaware anytime soon, which is kind of a bummer because I know a lot of people looked forward to it. But if you are looking for something to do with your pumpkins and you haven't put like chemicals on them or bleach or anything else like that, reach out to your local farms, or even myself personally. My chickens love pumpkins. I know deer love pumpkins. I know like the little farm, they'll take your pumpkins. Also same thing with Christmas trees. If you don't put tinsel on them and you've taken everything off of them, there are plenty of farms that will take your real Christmas tree, and animals will eat it. So like keep in mind, with no tinsel or anything else on it, don't like no glitter, anything else like that. But yes, I know that's a bummer, but that's ultimately what happened. And I answered my own question because I was curious about what actually happened to Pumpkin Chunkin. All right. So this week we have Halloween. Yes. So there have been many trunk or treats, I'm sorry, going on throughout the area. I have not made it to any of them, which I'm kind of bummed, but we do have two going on, I believe, in my particular area, on Halloween. So I think there's one in Hartley and I think there's one in Smyrna. So they are trying to attempt to tame down Halloween. Now, when I was younger, I did live in a neighborhood, right? So I would be out for hours, it felt like. And even when as I got older, it was just like, when you get to the age where, at least I don't even know if they have this anymore, but like when you got to the age where you go trick-or-treating by yourself, of course, I don't know if I'd ever let my child do that now, but back when I was younger, we could do that. And essentially I would be out for hours, like I said. So what they're trying to do is tame down Halloween, and Del Mar actually I think they just changed it where they sent out a thing that basically says we are trick-or-treating from 6 to 8 on Halloween only, and it is only 12 and under. Now I've had some people like they're in an uproar about it. Some people are like, oh yeah, I totally get it. They said that it's been like this since the 19th century. And there's a variety of ways to essentially celebrate Halloween. I am seeing more of these like trunk or treats, which I'm a fan of, me personally. And the reason is because I don't live in a neighborhood, right? So for Nora, like we would have to either go to a neighborhood, or the only opportunity that she will have to go trick or treating essentially will be in a trunk or treat. And here's why I like it. It's a designated time. You get to be creative and decorate your trunk as opposed to decorating your house. Now, granted, when I was younger, there were some people that would like really go like full on out. And like, I want to get there. I do, but I go full on out for like Christmas. So I haven't built up my Halloween decor for outside yet. But like your trunk is a little bit easier just because it's smaller. It's one night. You can take it down. Like there was just like, I personally like it. All the kids line up. You get to see everyone's costume. It's normally, I guess I would say it's normally at night. It's before the time change too, where it's not like, 6:30 and it's pitch black out. So you actually get to see people's like costumes. I'm a fan personally. I'm a fan of the trunk or treat. I'm a fan of restricting the hours. It also says on here that mischief night is not a thing, which I never thought it was a thing. At least, I mean, I still like think about it though. And I'm like, oh, it's October 30th. Like I need to shut my lights off or something, or keep my lights on so that like we don't have any people come like, egg our house or anything else like that. And I'm like, do they even do that anymore? Do kids actually even know what that is anymore? But like, yeah, I never really thought mischief night was actually a thing. Or like when people get like TP'd. Personally, it's just toilet paper in my opinion. I get it. It's annoying. I kind of think it's a little funny. Please don't come TP my house after I said that. I've also been forked. If you don't know what that is, you take a bunch of plastic forks and you like just stick them in the ground. It's funny. My yard's been forked. And I've also, I can't believe I'm admitting this, but it was actually a friend. I forked someone's house before, like, but it's literally harmless. It was just sticking forks in the ground. I didn't do anything else. And I knew, like, they knew who did it and I know who did mine, right? Like, but yeah, I would say I'm a fan of the trunk or treat. I'm a fan of of having set times because it is a school night most of the time. So like we would get home, my mom would, run out of candy. She would have to shut off the lights, and then we still had people knocking. My mom's trying to put us to bed. Like it was just, I get it. I totally get it. And, I feel bad for these teachers the next day because, if you have children that have had all this candy the night before, like it's going to be very difficult to get them up the next morning. And then they're going to be on like a sugar bender essentially the next day. And yeah, it's miserable for everyone around. So I think the 6 to 8 is great. Personally, that's just my opinion. I know that probably makes me sound old because of everything I just said, but that's essentially what's happening. And it seems like that's what more and more people are trying. That's what more and more people are trying to do in Delaware, which I agree with. So all right. So I know that I said there were 2 trunk or treats on Thursday. There also, it looks like this weekend there aren't many things going on. We still have Fall Fest going on at Pfeiffer's. If you want to check that out, that is going until November 9th. November 16th, there is a fall festival at Harvest Ridge. Little Farm will be there. They're just going to have food trucks. I know they're going to have a petting zoo. There's going to be like vendors set up. Obviously it's Harvest Ridge, so you can go get, some wine and some drinks. I know that they already have a food truck. I believe there's also going to be like face painting. I think moon bounces. So it's definitely going to be a great time for the kids. I definitely want to check it out. I think Nora would absolutely love it. And also, I just want to go check out the food trucks and stuff like that. I'm allergic to wine, so unfortunately I cannot enjoy their wine as much as I love their Blue Hen Blue. Unfortunately I'm allergic and I pay for it. So I cannot drink that, but definitely go enjoy their wines. They're so good. Like Blue Hen Blue is like literally my favorite. And it bums me out that I can't have it, but it makes my ears itch. Which I know is kind of random, but yeah, so that's basically what's going on. I know as we get into, November and December, we're going to see more Christmas parades pop up. There's going to be holiday vendors. There's going to be craft shows galore, especially as people get more and more ready for Christmas and Christmas gifts and everything else. There's going to be tree lighting. There's going to be Black Friday shopping. I know in December, like Rehoboth has their Christmas parade. Santa's going to be coming around. So yeah, we're getting into like the months, like I said last week, my favorite months. Like I'm so excited. And I think I'm even more excited because I have a child this year. So like, and who really, I don't want to say she understands, but she like definitely is more than what she was last year when she was just like an infant. So yeah, she's like, it's just seeing the magic through her eyes. Like I'm so excited. But yeah, speaking of seeing the magic through her eyes, we checked out this new, or not new, it's new to us, this park in Camden, Wyoming. It's called Ben Rock Park. It is a state park essentially, and I took some video. So there's a swing set. There's this whole like wooden jungle gym. I mean, there's so many slides. There's like a walking trail that literally goes through the entire park. Like, it's huge. I really didn't think it was that big. There's a baseball field, volleyball courts, horseshoe, like a horseshoe setup, tennis courts, which I think that you could probably play pickleball on too. And honestly, I've passed this park 1,000 times, didn't even know it was there. And I cannot believe that I didn't know it was right there. So it's right off, like it's right near Ollie's, essentially in, I call that Dover, but really it's Camden. So, yeah, I'm going to put up some pictures. Like I said, Nora had like the best time. So it's good for younger kids. They also have like a sandbox type of thing. But yeah, it's like, it was, it's been pretty warm for October. So we wanted to take advantage of it being nice out and before the time change. So yeah, we took her down there, and I was like, let's just check out this park that I just found. And it was actually really nice because we were only there for like, I would say probably like an hour and a half to like maybe 2 hours. And it wasn't that crowded. But even if even if there were more people, I don't think it would have been like, oh, we were on top of one another. So, if you are looking for something to do with the kids, maybe after work, I know the time change is going to kill everyone, but, or even on the weekends, I would definitely check out this, park. I think it's a good size. I thought it was fun. And it's a state park. So I thought it was clean too. Oh, and there's bathrooms too. I forgot to mention that. Okay. All right. Well, that about wraps it up. I know I just talked your ear off. So that about wraps it up. So if you are looking to buy or sell in Delaware, please keep me in mind. Like I said, I would love the opportunity to help you. My information is down below. If you are looking to sell, I just did a video on Smyrna homes, single family homes in Smyrna. And I was very shocked to see that there were not many homes for sale. I really thought there was going to be more. So if you are looking to sell your house in Smyrna, it is definitely a good time because you do not have a lot of competition. That is for sure. All right. Like I said, I really hope this video helped. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If there is a specific question that you have about Delaware, or you want to see something in general, please let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know if you like this video, if you want to see more of this video, what more you want to see. I'm trying to make videos that you enjoy. I just had a comment that said, oh, I really enjoy these videos. So that's why I'm continuing with these ones. But yeah, if there's something specific that you want to see, do not hesitate to email me or comment down below. I love talking to you guys. So yeah, definitely reach out. But once again, really hope this video helped. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Hey, if you are thinking about moving to Delaware, you should definitely check out this video right here. And if you would love to tour Delaware new construction homes with me, check out this playlist right here. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel.